Well, Manchester United have gone ahead to obviously activate their chase for Rasmus Hojlund, and everyone has been asking himself, who are we signing next after a sounded "here we go" was made by Fabrizio Romano on the signature of Andrew Onana to Man United that is pending medical. We now know exactly what it's all about. It's all about Manchester United going in all hard to see to it that we get the best that we deserve as the club of Manchester United. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're already watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name, and you're talking Bruno Fernandes rejecting bids from Saudi Arabia to see to it that he stays at Man United and obviously gets hold of that United armband, and obviously he goes down in history as another United captain that has gone ahead to lead us to the first trophy, and shows you that he's coming in with luck. Then Marcus Rashford obviously has gone ahead to sign his contract today, meaning that it might be announced tomorrow after has gone ahead to sign it. So let's see close to 400 likes, smash on this video, and don't forget to obviously subscribe to see to it that we hit 15,000 subscribers before the end of this month. Rokan David already is my fucking name. Now, let's start it up with the mail sport. They've confirmed us that Manchester United will pick up talks with Atalanta over Rasmus Hojlund this week. An offer of around £65 million may bear fruit in the pursuit of this deal. So it said it's all about £65 million that obviously Atalanta is wanting. And Daniel Longo, who works for Calcio Mercato, obviously down in Italy, meaning that he's so much close to the Atalanta sources, has gone ahead and reconfirmed us that Manchester United now eye Rasmus Hojlund after signing Andrew Onana. In recent weeks, there has been the first contacts. Manchester United said it was willing to offer 40 million euros, valued at 70 million euros by Atalanta. A revival by Man United is now expected. Now, it shows you that the fact is there is a gap in between the real price of Rasmus Hojlund. Now, dispute all allegations coming in through from other sources that they are calling in for 100 million euros or 86.6 million pounds for Rasmus Hojlund. And the fact is, Atalanta want 70 million euros. That is like 70 million euros. It's like 60 million. It's like 60.5 million pounds. That's the amount of money that they really want. And let me assure you, United has the money with them. They do have this money with them, but they're trying to obviously do the needful and not to really be taken for granted. Why? If you buy Rasmus Hojlund, for 60 million pounds, 20 years of age, having not really scored very many goals, especially at the club level at Atalanta, you would have gone ahead to set a precedent that for any young player that you'll go in for, they'll obviously use that as what we call a benchmark, something that you wouldn't like to be benchmarked on as Man United, as we are fighting from those earlier mistakes that we made that have gone ahead to obviously cost us what we call the Manchester United tax. But Rasmus Hojlund is a very good striker, and you'll not rule out United going in for any other striker, but it's really going to be so much shocking that we don't have him yet at the club of Manchester United, as Erik ten Hag would have loved to see him travel with him to America, something that is not going to be happening. It's not going to be possible, because on the 20th, after playing the game of Lyon, that is this Wednesday, United will fly to America as we prepare to play against Wrexham, Arsenal, Real Madrid. So those are going to be some of the games we're going to be playing down in America, and as it stands, it looks like it's gonna be one of those hard-fought battles for United to land this deal of Rasmus Hojlund in time, because for Erik ten Hag, all what he wanted was simple. He wanted his players at once, and the board is not really trying to put them to table, all on table as he wanted them, and he offered something. United offered, or had just gone ahead to make a verbal bid of 40 million euros. It was turned down by Atalanta, and Atalanta called in for 70 million euros. They offered a player plus cash. They said no, all you want is cash. That's why, for one of the viewers of United Matters channel who came out and asked me that, Rokani, what happened to Mason Greenwood? Supposed to be in Atalanta on Tuesday to undergo his medical. That's what they really denied. They said, even if you're giving us Mason Greenwood on loan, we first have to discuss a deal of Rasmus Hojlund to get it done and get us our cash. After getting us our cash, then we'll come in peace and obviously discuss the loan deal of Mason Greenwood. That is something great. And United have gone ahead to offer lots of players. There was a loan of Mason Greenwood at first. Then that was followed by a double gift of, or a double make weight of Fred and Donny van de Beek. They say, no, we don't want that. All you want is cash. And they're still stinking on 70 million euros. That is 60 million pounds. And all I know is that this deal can be settled around 60 million euros or 50 million pounds. And if at all you can negotiate the deal better, that will be something great. And if you're Man United, you need to put these teams on pressure, because Atalanta knows it that no team is going to come out and obviously offer them the amount of money they're requesting in from Manchester United. And if at all you feel like you're walking away, they'll obviously get little money out of the sale of this player. That is it. So if I'm Man United, I obviously try to walk away and look in for another striker, and Atalanta will come running back that, all right, get us 50 million pounds and obviously get Rasmus Hojlund in, because not until Rasmus Hojlund goes ahead to score 20 goals a season in the Serie A, that's when he'll reach 50 million pounds bargain, because Arsenal is selling Balogun for 45 million pounds quit, right? He scored 21 goals in League One. So how can we cough that amount of money that Arsenal wants from Balogun, who scored 20 goals, for a player who only went ahead to score 9 goals? So I anticipate that however much good this player is, but if at all there is another option, like for me, I would rather, if at all they stick on that amount of money, I would rather go in for Taremi, right? Taremi coming in from FC Porto, that 30-year-old. I sign him for like 3 years, knowing that in the January transfer window, I might be having money to land my marquee signing. That is it. So I think that's really one of those things that you would have loved to be having at Man United, because paying 50 million pounds to a player like Rasmus Hojlund, unproven at different levels of this club football, is really a very huge risk, because he's a raw talent that needs to be dusted off. It's a diamond that is covered in dust, and Erik ten Hag needs to do a lot to get this over the line, and it's really going to take a lot for United to see to it that this deal is gotten over the line. And I'm waiting to see how United are planning to get the Rasmus Hojlund deal over the line. So that is it, all coming in from Rasmus Hojlund, and his transfer chase has been reactivated by Man United, but they are still having a gap of 30 million euros that United feel is really unrealistic to pay 70 million euros that Atalanta are calling in for this Danish international. Let's go to Bruno Fernandes. After Erik ten Hag decaptained Harry Maguire, obviously everyone is looking or pointing at Bruno Fernandes to be the new captain of Manchester United. And today Fabrizio Romano, while appearing on the United Stand YouTube channel, has gone ahead and really thrown into this. Understand Bruno Fernandes rejected more than 2 approaches from Saudi 1 month ago. It's only Manchester United for Bruno, who is expected to become their next captain. If I tell you about Bruno Fernandes, you obviously knew it that Harry Maguire's captaincy cannot supersede last season, because if you're a manager like Erik ten Hag, you cannot have your captain when he cannot even play ball. That is it, and that is one of those things that are going to hate to happen to this guy known as Harry Maguire. And as it stands, he has been really thrown off the captaincy, and Bruno Fernandes is willing to become the captain of Man United because he captained the club most of last season. And you cannot go to Saudi Arabia, that's it, because if you saw Ronaldo become what he became at Man United, and you always wanted to come in and play for Man United as Bruno Fernandes, this is the time you are really trying to obviously work a lot and obviously take United where it was. As Dallo came up and really told us last season that their aim is to take United back to the glory days. And you see to it that the indicators and the pointers are really looking that side, because under Bruno's captaincy, we've been able to break what we call the 6-year dreadlock of not really winning the trophies, and we lifted a trophy last season, and that is one step of success. And those that never knew, when Mourinho came in through, United, it took United more, I think, was it 3 years to lift a Premier League. But when Mourinho came in through in the Premier League to coach Chelsea, Sir Alex Ferguson had a very bad time, because Chelsea came in through and lifted almost all those trophies. From the Invisibles, I think for us, we last won in 2003, 2002, 2003. Then Arsenal were the Invisibles, 2003, 2004. Then Jose Mourinho came in through won 2004, 2005, right? Then 2005, 2006, he lifted it. Then United went back to win it in 2006, 2007 season. That's when we won. But he had spent some, I think, 3 years without lifting the Premier League. But Sir Alex Ferguson, those 3 years, was rebuilding his squad. And guess the first trophy we first lifted, it was the Carabao Cup. That is it. It was the Carabao Cup. I think then we won the FA Cup, and we went back to winning the league again. So, to me, in my own understanding, I believe this is a very good benchmark that that we should go ahead and obviously bench on as far as us getting back to glory days is concerned, because we first won a Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and then we went back to winning 3 Premier League trophies in a row. 2007, 2008, 2009. That is Sir Alex Ferguson. His team that he had built has gone ahead to dominate. And we look at the team when you look at the team that Sir Alex Ferguson built from 2004, that had Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney. Then he brought in Michael Carrick, he brought in Vidic, he brought in Patrice Evra, he brought in Berbatov, he brought in Louis Saha, he brought in Nani, Anderson, Tevez. You understand? That team took 3 years to see that they will lift a Premier League. Now, Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to obviously get that team, and you can look at it and obviously know that we are soon there. The experience is really huge. Rafael Varane, Casemiro. You're having Bruno Fernandes, obviously being Andre Onana, young but experienced goalkeeper. You're having Luke Shaw and very many others. Marcus Rashford obviously hitting his prime with a bang of 30 goals that he has never scored this season. It shows you that Ten Hag's team is there. And I've obviously told people that don't rule out United. If you think we are not there, then it's you who's not there. We make this signing, Sofiane Amrabat, Disasi, and Rasmus Hojlund. Bruno will lead us to what we call victory. And I think we are going to compete for the Premier League next season. That is it. It might sound weird to most of you, but it's a fact. Bruno, who might lead us to our first Premier League victory since 2013. That is a decade now since we last lifted a Premier League. So that is it for Bruno Fernandes. He's so much committed to stay at Man United, and he looks like he's going to be a Portuguese again, taking us to the levels that we had lost way back, as Cristiano Ronaldo did it when he came in through from 2003. It took him close to 2-3 years to lift a Carabao Cup. Ever since then, the rest was history. He even won a Ballon d'Or. And if at all you're looking at players who can win Ballon d'Ors at Man United, I think Bruno is one of those, as this season is going to get a lot of leverage to it that we are going to be having more control of the ball, meaning that he can create more assists. He can obviously go ahead and obviously even score more goals at the club of Manchester United. That is Bruno Fernandes Borges for you. So I really feel good for him that has gone ahead to decided to stay and obviously be the captain for the club of Manchester United. Now let's go to Marcus Rashford. David Austin, Laurie Whitwell. Man United have reached an agreement in principle with Marcus Rashford over a new 5-year contract. He received more lucrative proposals from teams in England and Europe, but turned them down to stay at Man United, where he has always dreamed of winning major honors. That is David Austin and Laurie Whitwell. Then Fabrizio Romano later tonight has gone ahead and thrown into a confirmation that Marcus Rashford has signed a new deal at Man United. It's all sealed and delivered. Club statement soon. Verbal agreement reached. 1 month ago has revealed it's now all signed and complete. That is Marcus Rashford for you. The new deal for Marcus Rashford is rumored to be between £320,000 a week to £375,000 a week. So we wait and see how that is going to be really done by Man United. But Marcus Rashford has been tied onto a new contract. Obviously, you'll understand why he has been tied on a new contract, because he has been the star boy. You never know. Garnacho might take it over next season, but the previous season, it has been Marcus Rashford, the star boy of Manchester United. And deserves it, by the way, because hard work pains but pays. He has shown us that he can score 22 goals in the season of 2019-2020. He went ahead to score 21 goals in the season of 2020-2021. Then 2021-2022 was a hell of a season for him, and he has gone ahead to make a very huge return in the season of 2022-2023, hitting 30 on target and making them count in the entire season of 10 months. So we wait and see how that pans out. But Marcus Rashford announcement or club statement is really going to be made soon on his contract. So guys, your thoughts on to Rasmus Hojlund chase reactivated by Man United, 70 million euro chase. That is it, and United are really trying to charge up for this. What do you make about it? Do you want United to pay 70 million euros for Rasmus Hojlund, or they go in for another striker who is really worth that amount of money, or less, that if at all Atalanta really keeps their word and fail to really make an adjustment into their decision of 70 million euros. And what do you make about Bruno Fernandes rejecting all the Saudi proposals to stay at Man United and captain us to victory like he did last season, and Marcus Rashford club announcement? All that and more into the comment section below. Rock and David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. My Muslim friends and subscribers, may Allah reward you abundantly. Barakallahu fikum.